Okay, so in this part, this is the heater box removal, and we're going to do the disassembly. So there's one here, there's one here, and there is, oh, I think there's one over here. Yeah, right here. Here, here, and there, okay? And that's inside, so there's they are. All right, so then you need to come outside, underneath the hood. You can see what we have removed. We removed the airbox assembly, the part that says Hemi on top of the intake, and then we came down into here. We removed this. I took these bolts so that I could turn it to be able to pull that free. This is the other AC lines just here. This is a stud that comes from the box. There's a stud here that comes from the box. So we had to remove the computer out of the way to be able to get access to that. So there's a special tool that you need for this. Slides in, opens up a spring in there, and they pop apart. These, I used a long handled pair of needle nose. Reached in, pulled the squeeze clamps out, twisted them back and forth till they slid off. And now we're ready to pull out the heater box assembly right here. Want to be gentle, and then when you're pulling this out, I like to tilt it back because there is going to be coolant. I did bend that one a little bit, but we are replacing that, so it doesn't really matter. Now that everything is removed here, pull this seal off. All right, so there we go. Take a look at that. This actually looks like it got hot enough. It was melting into the cover. I don't think that should be like that. So we're going to take this, we're going to set it inside out of the nice hot sun. We're going to work on getting everything cleaned up, and we're going to get the box disassembled and separated. There's screws and clips all the way around that hold this thing together. We're going to pull it apart. Hopefully there's no damage noticed on this, because these do like to suck a lot of dirt and debris in through your blower motor, and it pushes it across your AC, I don't know, evaporator, core, whatever you want to call it. I forget off the top of my head. And they get clogged. So we'll be working on, we'll clean that if we need to. Basically clean out the inside of the entire box, along with replacing this and doing our upgrade here on all of our blend doors. All right, so not sure exactly where we're going to start, but we're going to get the recirc door. I'm going to pull this off. Here looks like it's 4 screws. I've already replaced this whole section, comes as one piece, so it was bought new from the dealer quite a few years ago. But on this side you got 2 here. Pry them out of the way, gently lift, it should come right up. Oh, started. Okay, there's that assembly. Oh, there it is. Alright, we need a small screwdriver for that. It's like some kind of a air dissipator or something. Tell I got to get this one removed so that I can take the brackets off the front and the back. So let's get those taken care of. So we're back here. We got this bar here in the way. This is part of the dual climate control. You can tell right and left through here. So there's 2 doors here and on the bottom. I think this is all one. No, it's actually separated, but they don't operate independently of each other. It's just these here that operate independent. So I removed the blower motor resistor and the blower motor just to get them out of the way to ease. I pried out the lower adjustment here so we could get the heater core out. It actually looks pretty good shape for being a 2006. So right now we're in the process of removing all of the screws to separate the lower box. So we'll have to pull this lower section here and set it off to the side, and then we'll get the whole box separated and we'll be able to see our blend door down here in the bottom. We're going to match it up with the ones here. It says there's different colors on these rods that need to be installed, so we'll make sure we got those right. So we got this off, and then I have the screws sitting over here in this little section. Looks pretty nice, but I'll clean that out. And then all the screws that hold this lower piece together, we just got those pulled. So right now we're getting ready to see what happens when we lift this off. Oh, we're caught on this, so we'll have to get this one off. You should just pry it right out. Yep. There we go. Oh, right here. There's our majorly broken door right there. All broke off. Guess that's what controlled our up and down. These ones here were still seemed okay. AC condenser looks good on that side. A little ugly on that side, so we'll be cleaning that off. All right. So now we're in cleanup mode. So I'm gonna get a bucket of water. We'll pull this out. We'll get it removed. I'm gonna wipe everything down with a rag, vacuum it, or look at this foam stuff. We'll get it all blown out of there, cleaned up, and then we can work on getting the Blend Door USA blend doors installed that I've had since 2020 sitting on the shelf due to this. All right, so everything is separated. We have the AC thing out. I'm going to try to, where's the unit right there, get it cleaned. I have the upper box out there. I washed it. This one here I didn't bother running out to try putting it underneath the hose. So I'm just kind of trying to give it a good wipe down inside. You know what I mean? It's anything you do is better than nothing. So we're going to get all the dust and dirt and grime, which I've had plenty of these that were full of coolant and all kinds of other different things. Dead animals, mice, you name it, they've been in here. So looks like we need to get over here. We're going to have to pull off the solenoid on the side, and then we got one here, then this will flip up, and hopefully we can get down in here and get this broken blend door, which is our main culprit, out of the way, and then we'll match it up with the new one out of here. We'll get that installed. I think I have some that'll work here to seal this in between when it goes back into the vehicle. Vacuumed a lot of that off. So this being the outside, I mean, it's nice to have clean, like I said, you know, but let's get this and this, and then we'll see how it comes apart. All right, unscrewed this, popped these clips off. That came to the screw here, these two, with those off. That comes out, comes our broken blend door. Amazing. All right, that looks like that's what that's got to be. Ta-da! All right, it looks like that's taped in there. I'm gonna grab the rag. I'm gonna clean this out. I'll see how this thing fits in here. You know, that kind of moves around. So I think I have to pop this out right here. Is it the big one or the small ones? It's the big ones. Nope. Okay, so we got this removed. Ended up having to notch it with something, but I touched the edge here, but it's still good. So it's gonna come in from this side. So I got that area wiped out, so let's wipe this quick. This is gonna lay in here like this. This piece comes out. It was just a little piece of tape holding it there. I guess it's keyed to hold it in place. All right, so that goes on one way. Put these down in here. Okay, there we go. And get these reinstalled. And we have one screw to install here. Get that side pretty clean. Okay. Let's get the other two screws. All right. One for the jump. All right, now we got this next one. This one here. I gotta figure out how this comes out. All right, well, I left you out on this one, but we have our doors in here. I kind of just looked at it, and by the looks of it, all right, so we got everything removed. Take two. Alright, so we were able to pop this out. Now we popped that out, and then we lifted that out, okay? We got everything cleaned up, we slid it in here. I put a little bit of silicone on these threads, and that's just to hold it in place. The other one doesn't have a bolt. It gets the solenoid or whatever actually holds it in place. So we're getting ready to get this installed here. Gotta install this. All right, well, one side's done. Still got to wipe this out some more in here. We're gonna pop this off so that we can get the second, I guess it's the blue, or the door that goes above that. A hot cold door. That falls right out. So here, that's gonna be this one here. Alright, it looks like we have yellow on this side, which means it's gonna go this way. Yellow should go toward it. Alright. Let's wipe this out. And when it flips over, I want the yellow one to be to that side. So it's going to go just like this. And sit in here. So if you didn't see, if I didn't show, I'm just sticking that in there, getting a little bit of silicone on these threads. If you need to take them out, you can take them out. Which, who knows, maybe somebody can take them out. But for right now, it'll hold them in place. We won't have to worry about it. So these are offset. It's offset this way. This one here, out, down here. That looks like something holds it. Over here on this side. Yep. Lifted right out. Look at that. Okay. Now, let you lift it out. Alright, perfect. Okay. Get it out of the way. Looks like we have some more cleaning. Let's get this cleaned up and then we'll get that blend door in. Alright, this comes out. This lays in. Comes in there a certain way. That's pretty much it. So this needs to go on top of here now, after I finish wiping this area out here. And then there's the recirculation blend door, which that one's actually in good shape, because like I said, I did buy, they sell it as this whole upper assembly when you buy it from the dealer. I think it was like 70 bucks or 80 bucks years ago. I don't know what it would be now, but that just bolts on. So we can do that one last. So I got to wipe this, then we'll get this flipped over, put together. This will have the solenoid, or the servo motor, blend door motor. We'll hold that actually in place. So I'm going to finish wiping this, get everything in here cleaned out good, and then I'll turn the camera on and we'll try to get this lined up together and get it laid over. Well, gentlemen and friends, and anybody who's actually taking on something like this, it's together. We've got a heck of a mess on the floor. I'm going to start putting those outer screws into here. I did connect this one here. Make sure that we get this stuff back where it needs to be. Defrost something. So that should, 2 long ones, 2 close ones. Go right like that. All right, cool. Let's get that on. Let's get the rest of this thing assembled. All right, well, we're down to getting this stuff cleaned out. And throwing this lower piece on. Everything's screwed together. We got this blend door actuator. Blend door actuator. That's what they're called. Blend door actuators. That one's installed. We're going to get this, and then I'm going to, like I said, reinstall our motor and our resistor, and we'll get our wiring all run. Break out the brand new heater core and get it installed. But I'm going to give this a quick wipe out. Okay. We switch this over. Very simple. Just pop the other one out with a screwdriver. Slid this one in. Put that in, put our blend door actuator back on, and man, everything is installed. I think I have this wire running the wrong way. You'll probably know more than me because I didn't review the video, and I'm just going to tuck it up under here and it's going to be what it's going to be. My truck, don't matter. I got to grab out some foam. I'm going to refoam this stuff so that it goes together, so we have good vents and we have good frost. I did do some more cleaning. I'm going to clean this carpet out more here. But we're getting ready to get, the dash is busy. We're getting that cleaned up, and we're going to clean up a couple things here yet behind. But it might make it easier. Maybe we'll clean the windshield on the inside. You can tell we got lots of dirt on the outside. It's pretty dusty and dry here right now currently. So out here, we have everything reinstalled. I put a little bit of WD-40, which is there, along with some coolant, which I know I'm going to smell when I start it up. So all that stuff is down in there. I've got the AC line is reinstalled. I'm getting ready to put the air box in, and that is the last part. I did wipe the inside of that out. I mean, this is kind of what I'd expect to see on a truck that's, I don't know, what, 2006, 16, 26, 19 years old with 220,000 on it, so that's not bad. Let's get this air box in. Okay, so right now we're at the point where we can get in here. We can do some testing. I'm just going to shut this door. All right, that way we don't have no key beep. We had everything apart. So we have our dual climate control just stuck in here. I'm swapping this out to a different bezel, and I'm doing some other things in here. So I just have that, and then I have the control for the power wagon just plugged in, because this other stuff I'm going to delete. The power rear window and the power seat switches, and it's just 212 volts on the other side. So let's Turn our key to on. All right, everything's doing what it should do there. Hopefully we don't have no radio come on. Let's turn this on. Okay, so it has air conditioning turned on. I feel it coming out the vents right here. It's going to be hard to tell if, let's see if we can see. Oh, we can see the one. Let's see which one this one is. Okay, that's the other side. All right, that's the driver is the front one. All the way to hot. All the way to cold. We're both to cold now. All right, resert. Be up there. Okay, that one's moving. It's gonna be kind of hard to tell if the other ones do move. All right, let's turn this off. Let's go to floor. Just floor. All right. Oh, you can, it's a shame you can't. I ain't got nothing to show you, but it's actually blowing here. And let's try our defrosters out the dash top. Oh my, this is perfect. Massive amounts. Okay, so we're getting everything working. That's the testing that we can do at the moment. I'll get this thing fired up. I'll get the coolant let out. I'll get the air conditioning charged here today. I'll add that back into the video. But basically your dash removal is basically the same as the install. This dash is actually pretty heavy compared to like some of the 4th gens now that I'm working on. So, you know, you got your bolts here, 2 bolts. There's supposed to be 2 bolts underneath here, which I let them out last time. You know, you got some plugs here, plugs down here. We got our brake light back in. We hooked up everything across our column that noted that we needed to pull out, you know, everything so far. Our airbag harness that runs here, we got that plugged back in. So like I said, we have a couple things that we're going to be doing here before everything gets put together. We're going to add in the wireless microphone. I had 2 of them in here, so I'll have to see which one looks better. Get that installed. There's some other things that we're going to be doing. I got some seat covers, and we're going to get everything detailed out in here, get everything reassembled, and then, like I said, we'll do the video. I'll show a video with a temperature thing showing it blowing out each one. That way we can at least see what kind of an improvement that is. So it's going to be really nice to actually have air conditioning and defrost, because everything was just coming out the vents here in this thing. So that's what happens when that one door breaks.